So what are your favorite things to do during the day?
I work during the day.
Okay.
That's not a favorite thing.
But I have to. Like, that's okay. Well,
I like going to the Drew Max classes at Rec Center.
Okay.
That's where I'm going right now.
Okay.
and I exercise at work during my lunch break.
Taking baths.
Bubble baths.
Okay. What would you do if you couldn't do those things?
I'd probably cry. Yeah.
So, what's your favorite thing to do during the day?
During the day?
Yeah.
Eat and work out.
Yeah, I like eating.
What would your reaction be if you couldn't do that stuff?
Depressed. I'd be really hungry. My stomach would make lots of weird noises.
It'd be really hard, yeah, definitely.
Thing to do during the day?
Outside, probably play basketball at the rec center here.
Okay. What would you do if you couldn't play basketball?
Probably just hang out with friends, I guess.
Okay. Do you like reading?
Yeah, a lot.
That's good. What would you do if you couldn't read?
I would try a way to maintain my knowledge, like on internet and probably watch TV.
Do you think that slavery exists today?
I guess so in certain countries it's a lot less.
Okay. So what kind of slavery?
Well, like sex trafficking.
Okay.
Definitely.
Do you think that slavery exists today in the world?
Do you think slavery still exists today, like in the world?
Not that I'm really familiar with, but I'm sure it's going on.
What about, do you think that slavery exists today?
Yes, definitely.
Where?
Well, I think there's like human trafficking, slavery, like sex trafficking, slavery. Actually, in my hometown, there was a ring of Chinese restaurants that had people living in compartments inside of this abandoned old Chinese restaurant that were working for, if anything, for just food and a place to stay, but it was an abandoned building, so that was pretty recent, and it was in a pretty progressive town that nobody even knew about until it was busted. So,
Do you think slavery still exists in the world? I actually read an article about that the other day, about slaves and like actually girl slaves, and so sadly I think it does. It's really sad. Oh, do you think slavery like exists in Oregon?
Excuse us.
I hope experienced it. But what kind of stuff do you think like slaves or people who are trafficked do? Well, in the olden days they used to farm, and now I think modern day slaves are used for trafficking and prostitution and stuff like that.
Do you think that slavery exists today?
I wouldn't say necessarily in America, but we definitely support like international slavery.
Do you think slavery still exists today?
Oh, it definitely does.
What about in the United States?
I think that depends on how you define slavery. To a certain extent, I'd say yes.
Do you think there's slaves in the U.S.?
Maybe in some parts, but I don't think it's as much publicly. Mr. Roy, do you think slavery exists in the United States today?
Yeah, there's slavery. We just don't call it that, but there is. It's people being exploited without pay.
Do you think there's slavery in Oregon or Portland?
I guess any time somebody is being forced to work against their will and not being paid.
Do you think a lot of people know about slavery today?
I don't think so. I think that if they did, you wouldn't have to have a class where you have to go ascertain.
Okay, and if you had to put a dollar amount on it, how much do you think a human life is worth?
It's priceless, but billions,
Okay.
trillions,
A lot of money.
I mean, one person make a difference in someone's life, so. Thank you. What do you think the value of a human life is?
I think it's really important because if you don't value your own self, or people will take advantage about you. So I think it's really important to be really strong and value your own self.
If you had to put like a dollar sign on it, what would it be?
What do you mean, like the dollar?
Price of a human life.
How much will it put? I don't think they have a price for that.
And if you had to put a dollar value on it, how much would a human life be worth?
I don't know. I think everyone's worth it.
Thank you.
what do you think a human life is worth? Like if you had to put a dollar value on it.
Dollar value on it? Well, I don't know if I could answer that. I know like Ford and politically we've answered that by saying $250,000 is what the legal systems put it at.
How much do you think a human life would be worth?
I don't think you can put a dollar amount on it.
If you had to put a dollar value on a human life, what would it be?
That's a really, I can't answer that.